Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fantasy Driven. We'll be picking up after the incident with the Black Bottle Bandits and the subsequent arson, murder, and kidnapping. If you haven't already, please check out our socials at Fantasy Driven on most social networks and at Driven Fantasy on Twitter because they're evil and make us do it backward. Anyways, picking up where we left off, our party had just escaped being captured by the aforementioned Black Bottle Bandits, a group that likes to poison, kidnap, and do all other nasty things with those they manage to wrangle up. Getting a few lucky shots in, they did manage to capture our lovely friends, but using some quick intuition and a whole lot of murder, our friends got out. Standing just outside the Black Bottle Bandits, which is a fun thing to say 3 times, hideout in the base of the Harmrim Mountains. They watch as the fire burns high on the horizon and know that all of this is due to them. We will pick up just outside. Lyriel, Golgrim, Claude, Vex. You've just burned down a bandit hideout. What would you like to do?
Comes down back to her. Since I think I'm still flying with Claude, I put him back on the ground. I'm going to stare awkwardly at this fire, holding probably, Golgrim, did you get a girlfriend or something without telling us?
You hear her groan groggily.
Golgrim?
She ain't my girlfriend.
Then why did you take her?
And my face just kind of goes blank for a second. It was a tactical plan. That's it. Tactical.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to carry her yourself out back to the town or to the witch. Am I correct?
Yes.
And you expect her not to try to stab you or try to run away or probably make her life even more miserable than it already is?
I hold up my battle axe. I have the bigger knife. I win at stabbing.
Sure, but should we leave? I think we should leave.
I'll turn to Vex. Vex, come on. I think we need to get you calmed down. Your blood's gotten a little riled up.
Has it been an hour?
No.
Oh no, wait, I dropped the form last session. Never mind.
Yes, you did. I do believe you did. And if not, then you did.
I have
Because
now.
we're professionals and remember things.
Is there any carriage or any kind of transportation close to us?
Give me a perception check.
Alrighty, then let's begin. It is time to see if I can see anything from my glasses after being blown up in the face and shot many times. Perception. Alright, first roll of the day, let's see what do I get. Hopefully something good.
Low.
Hey! I got a 10. Congratulations, you got your wish, boy.
So, as you look around and take in the lay of the land, you notice the mountains here are worn away by erosion, coming to these sharp peaks. Not as bad as when you go higher into the mountains, especially where Golgrim is from, but definitely still fairly dangerous. Tucked into one of these such sharp inclines, you see a rather small carriage. Looks like it was once a covered wagon, but is now no longer covered. The tarp being torn or burned off, or a combination of the two, judging by the damage on the side. You find the cart, but no horses.
Hmm. I mean, do you guys want me to carry us on that
Can
thing?
I was going. Can I make a perception roll to see if we see the horses?
Yeah, go ahead.
I rolled a 9.
Take a look around. You don't see any horses. And as you start looking around, you hear a crack from the crumbling building behind you, and a whoosh, and then a whinny as the house collapses down on the last floor below it, which you assume to have been the stables.
Oh.
To the carriage and I carry us? Come on, I don't think we should stay here for long. Really?
We're-
If we don't stop or run away, I don't know. Either the fire's gonna come after us or some other bandits are probably gonna see the fire and think, oh, something bad happened. Let's check it out. And then boom, the 4 of us just staring at it. And then what do you think they're gonna think?
Lyria, I think you're right. Let's take the wagon and just haul it ourselves, because we'll get a horse or something. And riding's a lot better than walking. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, I know personally, but let's go. I don't want to stay here. Let's go, please.
So I'll toss the elf lady into the back of the wagon. Just literally just toss her, and then I'll go grab the front of it to help Lyrio pull it.
She hits the back of the wagon and just goes, eh, which is a terrible sound to have on the internet that I have made. So who's grabbing the wagon? Was it Golgrim and Lirio?
Yep.
All right. So Claude and Vex, you climb up on the back of it. Golgrim and Lirio, I need athletics checks from the pair of you.
Well, we both count as carrying pushing as one size larger.
Yes.
Since we
Yeah.
so
I'm
That will
big
make
boy.
the DC easier.
Aw,
much easier.
fine.
All right, 26 for me.
Hey!
Oh,
I got a 9.
oh, do you not have? Oh, you don't have any.
hang on.
athletics?
Yeah, it's a 9.
Ah,
I can carry heavier. I count as a larger creature to carry stuff, but since Goose asked me to roll for stuff, there you have it.
Yeah. So Golgrim and Lirio, you lift the front of this wagon up and start to begin going down the hill. The mountainous terrain making it difficult for even the most sturdy of horses, much less the sturdiest of humanoids. Lirio, as you're pushing it, or rather pulling it, you feel tired almost instantly. Sweat starts matting your fur and dripping down your chin. You look over to see if Golgrim's struggling the same fate, and you see the toned warrior body of the orc managing to tug it rather decently. You start to blame his mechanical arm for his strength, but then you realize he's carrying most of it on his non-mechanical arm. He's just really fucking strong. So the pair of you start pulling it down the mountain, winding the paths, before you hear a kunk coming from the back of the wagon.
You all right back there? Talking to the other two.
The kunk turns into a loud thunk as the back wheel of the wagon falls off.
I stop the wagon and just sigh. Just a tired.
Hey, it's
I
fine.
can't even be mad. I'm just.
Hey, it's fine. And besides, I think we're already a good far away from that bandit, whatever it is. How about we sit down and probably discuss what the hell we should do right now? Because we just literally committed arson and we're just walking away from it.
They're bandits. Who gives a crap?
Probably other bandits are gonna come for our throats.
Golgrim puts his hand on Lirio's arm. They're bandits. They hate each other. It's kind of their whole thing.
Uh-huh. But Vex, are you doing okay in there? Claude, you too good?
Claude, as you guys have been pulling the wagon, he's situated himself so that he's looking back at the fire, and his face seems like he's lost in thought and almost kind of sad. And in response, he just nods very slowly before he looks down to the fallen wheel and shimmies off the cart and over to it. And he wordlessly just picks it up and begins trying to shove it.
No, you do not.
No?
It is.
Is it too heavy?
It is a very sturdy wagon wheel. I will need an athletics check from you, Claude, because you are a halfling.
Fine.
A human could
No,
probably pick it
small
up
boy.
without too much
Very
issue, but
small boy.
the
Very
wagon
small
wheel
boy.
is the size of you.
Only one.
So, without too much effort for the small man, Claude lifts up the wagon wheel, which is the size of him, and rolls it over. You could probably get this back on with someone, if someone would pick up the back of this wagon.
Mr. Claude, can't you fix this like you fixed my clothes? Didn't you use some kind of spell for that? That wouldn't apply to the situation?
He doesn't look up from what he's doing, but says, "Yes, that was kind of the idea. Now, do you mind lifting the back of this?"
Of course, of course.
I'll get it. Vex will hop off and help him by lifting up the back of the cart.
Alright.
I'll step up and help too.
Vex, Golgrim, I'm going to need an athletics check from the both of you, which seems to be a
Hey,
theme
help
for
me.
today's session.
Oh, I got
You
a
got
9.
three bros lifting a carriage. How do you need a check from that?
Oh, wait, that's the acrobatics. What am I?
It's a hefty
Okay.
carriage.
Did any of us bother to see what was in the carriage aside from us?
It's mostly
That's an
empty, other than
18.
your captive, which you have not tied up, by the way. So, Vex and Golgrim, you pick up the back of it. You don't know if it was because Golgrim was worn out from the tugging of the wagon before, but this time Vex picks up the majority of it while Golgrim helps a little bit. Claude, you set the wheel on it. It's not very complex. There's an axle and the place where the wagon wheel slides onto. Now you just need to tighten the bolt with something.
Is this something that mending would fix?
You don't know. You can try.
I'm gonna try. It's a cantrip. Why not?
So as you cast mending, the screw comes to life, or the bolt rather, comes to life and screws into place, going into it, or going into the axle about an inch or so before coming to a halt. You feel the wagon's pretty sturdy. Then the wagon starts to move now that it's not being held down by anything.
Ah,
Illyrio,
crap.
You're the only one in the way of it. I'm gonna need a single athletics check from you, as everyone else is behind it as it starts to roll.
Goose, how much time has passed since we left the place?
About 15, 30 minutes.
Yep, my spell is gone, dang it.
I'm gonna need an athletics check from you if you're gonna stop this wagon, or you could just let it roll.
Should I remind you there's a woman inside?
Hey, not my woman.
Can I try to stop the wagon from the back?
Let's see. No, it'd be moving a little bit too fast for you to jump in time. Once it gets a second, you could probably catch up to it with a run. But as of right now, Lyria is the only one that can stop it outright.
Can I? Wait, so it was me who's supposed to do the roll?
Yeah, that's why I said Lyria, make a roll.
I didn't hear it, sorry. That was
Athletics.
someone else, but okay. Let's see, what do I get? I got a 7!
Oh yeah, poor Delirio is so worn out. He puts his right hand on the side of the wagon and starts to push it, but to no avail. The wagon starts moving down the hill. Starts rolling at about 50 feet a second. You see the woman start waking up now. She sticks her head up, noticing the situation. Fuck! Would anyone like to do anything?
As I see it
I
start
got
to
the
roll away, I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm going to cast Entangle.
Ooh.
And I want to run after the wagon.
Same.
Well, let me double check the rules of Entangle. I think it works, but I don't want to be that guy. Entangle. There it is.
If it helps, I'll also be running after the wagon cart thing.
I have little legs. Let me use my magic.
Hey, I can carry you, literally. Like I did before.
So it turns it into difficult terrain, but it does not capture it as it's not a creature.
It can at least slow it down.
It can, which is very handy. So the vines of the mountain start grasping at the bottom of the wagon, pulling at the wheels, trying to find any traction to stop it. It goes from moving 50 feet to 30 feet.
May we catch it now?
Golgrim said he's running to it. Golgrim, your movement speed is 30, right?
Yes.
So Golgrim would arrive first. Make me an athletic check to try to stop that thing.
Like, shit, no. And I reach and I grab it with my mechanical arm with a a nat 20. Oh, yay.
Golgrim, you grab it with your mechanical arm. Your hand grasping a little bit too tight. You hear a bolt shear inside of it as your hand locks closed around the back of the wagon, digging into the wood about 1.5 inches, and the whole thing stops as your body keeps it from moving. This gives Entangle a little bit of time to start entangling around the wheels again, scotching it up and allowing you to let go without it rolling down the mountain more.
Is my hand stuck in that position?
It is not. You pull it out, but you can't move your pinky.
Mr. Golden, that was amazing! You like meow when you grab it with your hand. You're strong.
Well, it comes from my job and where I grew up. Thank you, though. God, I have to get this damn hand fixed again.
But first things first, should we really keep this wagon if it's that heavy and stuff? Because one thing I learned about traveling is that you don't want to carry heavy stuff on you. It's gonna only slow you down.
It'll
You
be
must go
worth
back-
it. Like, real quick, are we headed to town, everybody?
I mean, we wanted to stop to discuss that, but
Oh, fair enough.
apparently
Yeah.
the carrots had another destination to go.
So,
I wanted to go to the witch, honestly.
I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of the woods.
Vex, what do you think we should do? Should we go see the witch or go back to town?
Might be good to go see the witch.
Yeah,
Only
we can
because
some.
we promised the town we would.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to look in. I want to look in the back of the wagon at the elf. Her name was Sophia.
So you see Sophia making the lightest movements as she's woken up. She's put her hand on the back of the wagon, hoping you don't notice her, but you peek in just as she starts to raise her leg over.
No, you don't. As I grab her.
She will try to get away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see this.
First-
Let's see this.
So she jumps out the back of the wagon. You give chase.
We tied her up.
So,
You did
so
not
she
tie her up.
jumps.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
Oh, we did. Oh, that's right. We just knocked. Okay, yeah.
So
So
she
You
jumps
did.
out of the wagon and straight into Entangle.
Oh yeah.
All right. I've been informed that you did in fact tie her up, so she doesn't do that.
Oh,
Wait.
okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, we did. Yay.
It's been a while since we played.
Yeah, sorry everyone. It's been a couple weeks due to difficulties with
issues.
internet. Thank you to the beautiful tech man who is allowing me to sit at his house while we do this.
Okay, so she is tied up.
Yeah, so she would not attempt to run away
Okay.
because
Well,
she's tied up.
So I just want to grab her out of the wagon and set her down.
Let me. God, that's still not her voice. I can't do her voice. Let me go, you limp dick orc!
Now, do you kiss your mother with that mouth, girly? And
um,
I'll like, I kind of set her down a little too hard when she says that.
Gogren, what's a dick?
Lirio, go talk to Claude. I'm busy. Go ask Claude.
Okay.
Go
So
ask
sorry,
the
children.
cleric.
Go ask the cleric. So,
The D&D
Elf.
version of Go Get Your Mom.
go ask the cleric. So, Elfie. And I'm gonna pull out my battle axe and kind of squat in front of her. You're gonna tell us all you know about this witch.
She looks at you. She spits. And the spit hits you on the side of the face. You killed Terrence. I'm not telling you anything. You blood-soaked, green-skinned bastard of dung.
That's a good one, I have to say. So, here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to get out the rest of my rope, and her hands and her feet are tied. I'm
Yes,
going to tie more rope around her so her arms are also like tied to her sides, and I'm going to cut her feet loose.
Okay.
And I'm going to basically I'm going to make it where I have her on kind of a leash. If that, for where the rope
Yes,
tied,
you can do that.
Okay. And I'm like, so here's what's gonna happen. You don't want to talk, so you're going to walk. You're gonna walk in front of us all the way up there to the witch. And if we run into anything, guess who's getting hit first? You. So, and don't try anything, because I'm gonna tell you, we're not in the best mood after dealing with you and all your jackass friends.
Claude?
To help that,
Okay.
Vex is gonna come up behind Golgrim, and there's still blood on him, specifically on his hands. And he's just gonna be sniffing at it, and then he'll just look over to her and just like just shake his head with whispered, "Don't try anything" in Elvish.
Golgrim, please make me a intimidation check with advantage due to Vex's assistance.
So,
Claude's just chilling in the background, glowing soft green because of Entangle. And as it starts to dissipate,
shit.
the magic fades.
a 22 intimidate.
Wait, did you say the magic of Entangle fades, Claude?
I mean, it's going to eventually. I think it only has like a minute duration, so we have like a minute to talk to her and then get our
I mean, she is tied.
people back in front of the cart. I just wanted to say that Ginger
I
wasn't
hear you.
talking.
Okay. Sorry.
So what was your intimidation again?
22.
She nods her head. At least it's better than being the prisoner of people like you. Maybe the wolves will eat me first. Better than entertaining some orc and furbolg. Is that a midget? Oh, it's a halfling.
Claude, Goblin told me to ask you, what's a dick?
At this point, the magic of Entangle fades and the carts start rolling again. With no one in front of it, the cart rolls forward and slams into the side of the mountainside, crushing the front two wheels. You'll be on foot from here.
Well, that's not bad, but, Claude, can you answer me, please? Because
Claude,
it's some kind of insult. I didn't get it. Why's Gogram offended or supposed to be offended? I don't know. What does it mean?
Claude, scours a little bit and then gestures at Lirio's hip region. The thing between your legs.
Wait.
That's common tongue for
Is
that.
this an insult?
Limp dick is, yes.
I can't believe they would go so low for that. Oh well, time to put this on the book, and might use it later. But Golgrim, why are we literally you're tying a woman to walk her in the middle of the woods? That's pretty much a danger magnet. Are you sure about that, man? That seemed a bit twisted, or that's messed up.
When I finish tying Sophia up, I stand and I look at Lirio. Lirio, I'm an orc. I grew up in the mountains, fighting for my life every day. And then I decided to be a mercenary. And I still fought every day so I could just continue to live. This is being nice. This is being very nice, considering what they did to us. I could just throw her off the cliff, and I am half a mind to. But I think after something bites a chunk out of her, she'll be more inclined to talk.
Do you
Blood.
need to try to talk to her? For God's sake.
Claude walks up and as Golgrim is talking and nods. This is a kind of fate and what she'd be afforded if I had reached her first. His hands start to glow with his magic. I don't take kindly to those who would hurt innocent for their own sake and their own gain.
But what time of the day it is at this point, Goose?
Dusk. You have maybe 30 more minutes before nightfall.
Are we
These-
too far from that shack we stayed the last night?
Yes, definitely. You're about 2 days' journey from that, and another
Yeah.
day away from the witch's hut.
Oh right. So I don't. Do we know how to reach the witch from here?
Make me a nature check. Or
Hang on.
survival.
Hang on. Are there any creatures nearby that I can see?
There's a few. There's a small jackrabbit making his way up the mountainside, gnawing on some grass. You see a bird or two fly overhead, accompanied by a couple of high-flying harpies, which makes Golgrim flinch a little bit before they recede back into the higher part of the mountain.
Are we all making those checks, Goose, or just
Hang
Lirio?
on. I'm gonna try a little something. I wanna go try to attract one of the birds. Hello, excuse me.
Wait, you're a furbog, so you can't talk to them.
Oh yes, I can. I'm trying to
I
call it
for-
again a Disney princess in here.
I forgot about that, and that's a super cool thing.
It is.
One of the birds. Ooh. One of the birds flies down. A little blue jay, looks like. She sits on your finger. Hello, how you doing? Hello.
Hello, I'm a bit injured, but
I
would
can
you
see.
happen? Yes. Would you happen to know where the Elder Blossom lives from here?
The Elder Blossom or the Elder Blossom Witch? That is a very important distinction.
Oh, the Elder Blossom Witch, please.
Head straight down this road. Don't turn for anything.
Oh, all right. Would you happen to know if we will be passing through any dangerous creatures' territory? I would hate to be rude to them.
Well, there were a few bears in the area recently, but
Mhm.
I'm afraid they've all been scared out by a much larger threat.
I see. Wait, larger threat? Since when?
Just a few days.
Oh,
They're big, green, stinky.
uh,
Like trolls, but worse.
oh, I see. Well, you already helped a lot, so thank you very much for your assistance. I hope you have a nice dusk.
The bird whistles. And to you, Forest Walker.
And
Flies
the
up.
just like, you guys just hear tweet. But so I got the way to the Elder Blossom, and apparently there are two Elder Blossoms, like Elder Blossom Witch and the Elder Blossom. But essentially, we're supposed to go down this way, straight up, and apparently, we may or may not run into creatures worse than trolls that might have scared the bears away. That's what I got from the bird. Birds know lots of things. It's better than nothing.
Golgrim, Claude, anybody? Is anyone alive? Have you all been murdered?
Claude,
So something has drove all the birds away.
No birds, bears. Something
Oh.
worse than trolls, apparently.
Oh shit.
Green and stinky.
Do I know what that could be?
Make me a survival check.
Do I get the advantages for home territory?
This is not a creature from your home territory.
A 19.
From the description, you can't think of anything that matches a description that's
Oh wow.
large, green, like a troll, but not. It sounds like trolls. Maybe a miscolored ogre, but typically trolls are stronger.
Lirio, just where did you say did that bird say where this thing is? He says bird very very disdainfully.
Hey, don't use that tone with birds. They're nice. But those things apparently are in the middle of the way of going to the Elder Blossom Witch's hut. So there's a high chance we might bump into one of them. But
Oi. Sorry, I'll let you finish. My bad.
no, you're chill. But how about we? You know, I should have asked the bird if there's anywhere to rest. We should rest because and then he reaches for the back of his head and pulls an arrow out. I don't think I'm too good. And how about we take a rest before we continue our way? Because if we just walk and see a troll, they won't have a hard time beating us to death. And I would like to stay alive longer this time, hopefully.
A good night's rest would be good. But oi, elf. And I kind of like nudge Sophia with my foot. You know what a green thing is that's not a troll around these parts?
I don't think anything for you.
We'll see how you talk in the morning after staying out here in the cold.
well, he wasn't the only one asking.
Oh. Did you get sick of letting the child talk, so you sent the baby in?
Are you going to behave?
You know, the forest isn't a kind place in the day. Never mind at night. Especially when you're a beacon. And Claude uses the light cantrip and just draws a big circle around Sophia.
Face
You-
palms.
Apparently know nothing of nature.
Well, should we start? Well, since we're kind of on the road, aren't we?
Yes, the bird said if you follow this road straight, you will reach there eventually. The road winds all the way to the Elder Blossom's hut.
Mhm.
Well, I look at the wagon and I look at I'm like, how about we just burn the wagon for a fire and just wake up in the morning and walk?
Well, that's an idea. To use the remains of that thing.
We've
Are
nothing
we
to
sure we want to
contain-
commit arson twice?
We've nothing
It's
to
just a
contain the blaze.
campfire.
We're on a mountain. We're on a dirt road, Claude. Like, I don't think the fire is going to blaze out of control.
I can cook us something on that fire too. Have us have a good dinner.
If need be, we can dig a little ditch for it.
Or, okay, we don't have to burn the whole wagon. We can chop it up a bit.
True. Actually, if there's the need of a hole, I can make one. In little to no time. But yeah, can't we just please sit down or something? My legs are hurting from trying to carry something I shouldn't. It's hard traveling with people.
So, did you say you want to make camp and use the wagon wood as your campfire?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Is that the plan? Everybody agree?
Yes.
All right. So you set up camp. Everyone, don't forget to mark off a ration, or are you hunting for food tonight?
I can cook. If you guys bring anything. Just please don't hurt the birds.
I mean, Vex can go hunting and make an attempt.
All right, Vex. Please make me a survival check.
All right.
See how good you hunt. Are you using a bow or anything, or just your claw?
Do I have a bow? I don't think I have a bow. I'm just gonna use my claws.
I have
Their
a
fish
javelin if
fingers.
you want one.
I can use a javelin. I'll take that.
Hey.
Okay, I'll give you one of my few remaining javelins.
I will be sure to bring this back.
All right. So with that, you're going hunting with a javelin. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's 9.
A 9. So... You traipse through the dense underbrush. The mountain not having much in the way of foliage except for this particular area that you're in. You look around hoping and trying to find something that is as tasty as you would hope it to be, before finally one foolish little morsel hops its way out, a little jackrabbit, and you throw your javelin at it, but it misses, flying just overhead.
Well, I can't sniff any animals I could potentially hunt out, right?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's my skills. I like my perception checks with my sniffer because I get advantage on it.
Yee.
There we go.
That's a 13.
It's better!
Much.
You use your sniffer to snoof around, for eventually you find an already dead, small, God, I can't think of the word for it. Mole. There we go. I don't know why I forgot mole. I think I'm going senile at such a young age.
We're gonna be eating roasted mole.
Hey, it's better than
Yeah.
roasted you.
Yeah. Not opposed to
Uh,
roasted elf.
You see there is a small dart in the side of its neck. You're not certain where it came from, but it seems this animal was hunted and not too long ago.
I will snatch that up. Rip whoever was hunting it first, but you snooze, you lose.
Right. It's not a great meal, but it's decent for a mountainside hunt.
I also make sure I grab Golgrim's javelin as an aside.
Okay. You pick it up. It's got a little ding in the side of it, but it'll be fine. He won't notice. As we come back to camp, Golgrim has finished breaking down a significant portion of the wagon, and Claude flicks his fingers as the flame burns onto the side of it, giving you a decent campfire. Is anyone setting up tents for the night, or?
Does it look like it's gonna rain again?
You look into the air, not a cloud in the sky.
Ah, thank God.
First time in a while.
Is Vex back already?
Yep, Vex returns just as you finish setting up camp.
Hello, did you find anything?
Not much. I have this. He shows him the mole.
Hmm. Well, I can certainly work with that. And we all have a rough day. I think I have something on me I can give it to you guys. Just give me an hour or so, okay? But first, roasted mole. And he grabs it and starts to work with it with the knife.
All right. Let's see. Oh.
For a little salt, little pepper, some stuff he got from the city.
Vex is gonna hand Golgrim his javelin. Just be like, thank you.
I mean, last time I did food was performance. Want me to do that again? Right. Performance. And since I'm proficient now with the cooking utensils, I get to add my proficiency as well, right? Sweet. Let's see, what do we get? I got a 25!
Yeah.
Wild fly.
25 will do it. So, a little salt, a little pepper, you find a little wild cilantro, and you start frying up the best mole you've ever cooked, due to it being the first mole you've ever cooked, and the fact that you're a really good mole cooker, apparently. Which is something I never thought I'd ever say about anybody. What do you know?
Congratulations! The more you know.
You learn new things every day.
Mhm.
You've made a decent meal for everyone tonight.
I want to grab a spare piece and also try to give to our new companion, Sophia. Would you like some, ma'am? Pretty warm.
Well, it'd be stupid of you to poison me now. Sure.
Okay. I just noticed your hands are tied. Do you want me to help feeding you? I don't mind.
That would be... Well... Unless you're going to let me go, then I suppose we'll have to compromise.
Right. Hope everyone enjoy.
So everyone gets their meal for the night. As night falls, a few clouds roil overhead. Nothing that makes you think it might rain, but giving some texture to the sky. The landscape falls eerily dark as night falls. The forest just below you, maybe a 15-minute walk, is becoming more lively. You see a few more rabbits start hopping their way up the mountainside. Some birds flying from the trees. But you're not certain why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's taking a watch tonight?
Vex will.
Okay.
I'll take second watch.
All right.
Okay.
Are you going at first light, or are you going to sleep in a little bit?
I say at first light.
Question, Goose, do you have any stone close to us, like stone wall, stone floor?
No, just mountainside. Sharp, mountainous rock.
Nah, I won't do it, okay.
Red clay dirt cakes up most of it, and then some bits of wild vegetation plume up here and there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sir Vex, you're going to
Yep.
take your watch first. Do you
That
let
I
me
am.
speak in the slowest way possible, like Captain Kirk?
Yes, totally.
Hate when I do that, and I notice it. I need a perception check from you, Mr. Vex.
So we
Very
can
well,
do
very well.
we can do like light activities as part of the rest. Yes.
Yes.
Can I investigate that ring that I got from Harris again?
You may. Make me an Arcana check.
Think.
That is a 7 perception.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Oh yeah!
That's a 5.
Oh no!
Oh yes. These rolls are just delicious.
Yeah,
Started
this
off
ring
great.
Fits my finger.
Now we're here.
Our wonderful tech man just face palmed himself. Now he's grinning at me like a goblin.
Like
Doing
here.
Can I
his
get these
little
rolls
tech
for when
thing.
I wanted Vex to go feral?
Vex,
Down.
you keep an eye out. But the mountainous dust coming off the mountain with a swift wind keeps getting in your eyes, and eventually you just stop. You close your eyes and you just turn away. You just look in one direction until this wind stops. Claude, this ring may as well be written in some sort of weird language to you. You can't read anything on the side of the ring. There are symbols of various animals, but you can't make out the spell that's bound with them or anything else. You know that it is a ring with an animal's picture on it. Is everybody dead? Please stop typing in chat. Say it aloud.
Aloud!
So,
Yeah.
like,
I have deceased.
I know I can cast Animal Friendship with it, but it seems like there's more effects, and you said I could keep studying it, but I'm real mad I keep rolling really low.
Aw. Do you guys wanna swap? Do you guys wanna swap the worlds?
So, as Vex's watch comes to an end, Claude, you've given up out of frustration and gone to sleep, and Vex, you hear from the forest. But it doesn't get any closer than the forest.
Do I get any scents coming towards us? Any odd scents?
The wind is blowing away from you.
Well, shit.
If anything, it smelled you.
Hmm. Okay, I'll go wake up Golgrim for his shift.
Golgrim, Vex wakes you up. I need a perception check.
A 10.
The wind has been very strong tonight, keeping up the dust storm, the magic dust of not seeing anything. You keep your eyes locked into one position and keep your ears keen, hoping you hear anything. But you don't hear anything. The night passes mostly uneventfully. You do notice that a snake, or more than a pair of snakes, starts wiggling its way out of the forest up the mountainside, which is not natural behavior.
They're going up the mountain?
Up the mountain. And not attacking each other either.
Golgrim just kind of stares at the snakes and just goes, Could I make a...
Yeah, make a nature check. If I can say the words in English.
Okay.
Make a
Nature.
nature check.
One. A 3. I have no plus to nature. Those are snakes. Danger noodles.
Okay, I'm sorry. Everything died for a moment. What did you say?
I said I got a 3. All I can tell is those are snakes, some dangerous noodles.
They're not even that dangerous. I mean, that color pattern, absolutely. I mean, you could probably kiss one of those guys, and it'd be fine.
I'm not gonna try that.
That's another thing I really don't want said over the internet to be clipped. You can kiss one of those guys; it'll be fine.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the. Anyways, so your watch fades. As morning comes, you'll awake your party members and your captive. What is it you would like to do?
Morning, everyone. We're not dead. That's good. Yay!
I'm gonna walk over to her, kind of kick her awake. Not hard, but hey, up.
She jumps awake. Well, at least your manners and your mouth are similar.
So I holler up to her feet, and I'm like, "Come on, you're gonna be taking the lead here."
Hang on. Before we go, can you give me a moment, please, Golgrim?
Okay. What do you need?
And-
What are you gonna do?
Lario rummages through his bag, and you see him grabbing 2 scroll cases, and then he hands one to Vex and one to Claude. You know, I had some free time yesterday, and I decided to give you guys a little gift. Open up.
Oh. Thank you.
Hmm.
I'll open the gift.
Me too.
Inside
Okay,
the
yeah.
scroll case, you see, well, at first sight it seems to be a scroll, but in the inside you see a filling of some kind of cream or jam. And then you start smelling something sweet. Those are what I like to call scroll cakes. Actually, not scroll cakes, sweet scrolls. Yes, I always forget the word. It's like a thin crust of cookie filled with cream inside. Those are my favorite snacks back home. And I figured out you guys would like some. And I imbued them with a bit of magic because, well, I don't think we're gonna come to healing potions that soon, so if you guys are in a pinch, just gobble those up and you should be fine. You know, that actually... I used to make those snacks plenty of times back home because we couldn't bring sweets to class, so I essentially smuggled those sweet curls inside and the teacher would never notice. Ah, good times. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was an in-game story for like a solid 2 seconds, and I was like,
oh.
like when did
But,
Mario go to school?
Oh, you see,
Yeah, I
but,
was like,
But this is from my chef feat. Those are gonna last for 8 hours, and as a bonus action, you can eat one of those treats and gain temporary hit points equals to my proficiency, which now it's a +2. You're welcome.
Mm.
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I will gingerly put the sweet scroll away.
Yeah. And now we can go.
All right.
Claude will smile at you and tuck it into the space between his armor at his hip. Words are failing me. I speak English good.
Um,
It goes
Claude.
almost to
We're a
good.
very professional group of D&D players. You should subscribe
Totally.
for more quality content
Hey.
like this.
AR evolution. But
Join us.
Claude.
Okay, we
Join
can
our
just watch glow
Discord.
up.
Link in the description.
Claude, do you want to hitch a ride like we did yesterday, even though I did unwillingly with you? I mean, I wouldn't mind carrying you. You can just go on my shoulders.
He scowls and puts his fists on his hips.
Did
I'm fine, thank you. My legs work.
okay. Let us go to
I
this
will
world.
say
So
a bit of a warning.
you hear the snapping of a twig as you look over and see Sophia has begun to try and walk away. But she looks back over at you as she hears this stick snap. God, lists be hard. The stick snapped beneath her feet. And she just... Fuck. I'm never going to get out of here.
Of course.
I can
not.
sniff you out, just so you know.
I
Guys,
smell you! Which one of you drank my Mountain Dew?
So
Smell your breath.
What I want to do is I want to get a javelin out and like use that to prod her forward.
oh god.
I'll jab you good, you nasty bug! I'm sorry for all the references. I'm sorry. Anyways,
It's part of D&D.
I can't not meme. I love how in the first few episodes we tried to be serious about this, and now we're assholes again. Because it never.
Hey,
We've just completely
We
given
figure-
up.
language.
We figure everybody at this point has gotten so used to just us that now we can drop the act and just be ourselves.
Welcome to Goofy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm Goose. And Goofy. I'm Goosey.
Hey.
Our tech man facepalmed himself again. Alright, so who is leading besides Sophia?
I
assume
will.
Golden.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
What's our
going
marching
behind.
order down the mountain?
I'm going behind Gogo.
Vex is gonna go beside Golgrim, and he's gonna be keeping an ear and I guess his nose out to make sure he can see, like, smell or hear anything that comes towards them.
Alrighty.
I guess
So-
I'll walk beside Lirio.
Yeah. So, everyone in the front besides Vex. Okay. Let me just get that marching order down for the combat that's going to happen.
I'm glad
Yeah.
to have my spells back. And my life.
Yep.
You know,
That did count as a long rest, by the way, for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to
He-
mention it.
but Vex will, as they're walking, say, I did hear something approach but not get too close. So we may encounter something, but I don't know if it's still here.
Um,
And
Mhm.
Golgren speaks up. I saw snakes crawling up the mountain.
Huh.
Things don't do that. Nothing goes up the mountains willingly.
um,
Not the harm realm.
by the way, Vex.
Yeah?
While I was deboning that mole, I found something stick in it. Did it? Was it hunted by something else? What was that?
I don't know. Someone else shot it with an arrow, and I just took it.
Dart! A bird says as it passes by.
Morning to you too,
There's no one-
friend.
So, as you make your way down the mountain, having your lovely conversation about who shot what, Sophia begins. Actually, about 2 hours pass as you enter through the forest. The dense foliage covering up the sky mostly, leaving only vague bands of sunlight to peek their way through the leaves. You see bits of mushrooms growing on trees and wild foliage growing here and there. Their dense fern-like leaves just explode over the road, making it difficult to pass, and you got to kind of make your way around. This road has not been well kept for a while, and you're beginning to wonder how they got the carriage around all this junk. Eventually, Sophia stops in her tracks, looking forward. Oh, well, that's certainly not good.
What do we see?
Well, let's see, where is... So, Lario, you peek over Golgrim's shoulder.
I'm
And you
tall, I
s-
just above it.
True, I forget how tall you are in game compared to IRL.
Hey, I'm just short, I don't know how much.
You look over him, and you see in the dirt what looks like dried blood.
Hmm. This is not good.
Like-
hmm.
Oi, girly. You got any clue about what that's about? Jabber.
Well, it looks like to me that something has died recently. I would advise we find another route, unless you mean to leave me here.
Well, how about you just keep walking forward, and then we'll see how everything goes.
Fine then. She starts walking forward, and eventually... God. Yeah. Technical issues are real today, apparently. I can't speak, I can't click on things.
We can hear you.
No, I know you can
Fun
hear me.
things.
Music be hard.
Ah.
Technology
Uh,
just chose violence against us today.
So did
It
language.
really has. Still
Yeah.
did.
I mean, language always chooses violence.
My internet literally crapped out 3 days ago, and they have not fixed it, and I'm very angry. I use my power as an internet influencer to yell at them.
Angry honking. Honk honk.
Blah.
The greatest intimidation ever known to man. Honk.
Ace, cut all this out. Make it seem like I'm really good at my job.
So he's gonna have to cut so much out, like for real.
Future Ace, cut it. Cut it.
And then watch him just to show us he doesn't cut it all.
The bloopers?
It's just full raw footage.
As it should be, honestly.
God damn
The
it.
footage is so raw.
Alright.
Gordon Ramsay's gonna come to us.
Guard your
and complain.
faces. New music.
Oh no.
So, as you walk forward, Sophia turns. And if she could brace her arms up, she would bring them to her mouth. She looks over, her face blanches. You see the beginnings of vomit come up to her throat before she swallows it back down. Fuck, that's not good. As you all come up forward, you can see what she's looking at. It's a mangled corpse of what looks like a horse and a man. The horse had fallen over, pinning the man beneath it. Both of their rib cages are exposed. The face of the man sliced in half, jaw no longer attached, and one of the eyeballs is laying about 2 or 3 feet away. The horse looks mangled more than the man, though. You can see bits of skull and bone beneath the mangled flesh as fresh blood pools out from around it. That bit of dried blood that you saw seemed to have been from the first bit of scuffle, and it moved over here, and where it ended. You don't see the culprit behind it, which worries you more.
Oh.
Golgrim just kind of like, ugh. And I'll walk up to the corpse and like, does the guy still have anything on him?
Yes. Let's not look for danger. Let's loot the corpse.
Well, no, I mean to give us a clue. I mean, I didn't mean like I'm looting. I meant like, is there, did he
said
manage
while
to...
he's looting.
Go close to the dead body that just died right now. Go on, boy.
Like I wanted to go over and make a survival check on him is what I meant.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make me that survival check, please, sir.
A dirty 20.
So as you walk over, you see the mangled corpse. It seemed to be a humanoid male that had some sort of facial hair that has been since sheared and eviscerated. You see most of his clothing has been removed by violent force. You start rooting through his pockets, that which you can find, but don't really find anything. But lodged into one of the non-broken rib bones, you find a small blackened claw. Probably snapped off from whatever mauled this man and his horse.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Make me another survival check.
Come on. An 11.
Okay.
11?
11.
Not really. It doesn't remind you of anything in particular.
You said it's
It's-
awfully small?
Awfully small. You see the back of it. It looks like it was snapped off. Like it swung, and it swung so hard it broke the nail off.
May I try to roll something to check the surroundings and probably see if we're in danger?
Yeah,
Make me an investigation check.
Oh joy.
Yeah, I'm sniffing about to see what I can smell.
So it's investigation.
Make
or
me
perception?
for you, Lirio, investigation. For Vex, perception.
I forgot to add a -1 to that. I rolled a 7.
If you want to keep up to date with all these rolls and hang out with us before and after each session, please join our Discord. It's in the description below.
Oh no.
Man, I love having. Really? What does my elf nose smell? Absolutely fucking nothing.
It's just blood.
Vex, as you begin to sniff, you realize that you haven't had a bath in almost a week now. And your fur is getting matted and stinky, especially right around your nose part. The stench
have
of
fur.
day-old blood, viscera
Okay, yeah,
of
that's
various enemies that you still haven't cleaned off makes it
Murderous
difficult to
fishy
get
scent.
anything else. For Lirio, you look around for anything. Overturned foliage, broken sticks, scuffs in the dirt. But it's all so messed up here, also scuffled, also broken, that you really can't tell anything in particular.
Oh joy.
Well, here, what about
Uh,
this? Do I hold up the claw? Anybody know what this is?
Would
What
that
do
be
you want to do?
investigation again?
Do I
Yes.
know what that is?
Do I
You
know
can
what
make a
that is?
survival or investigation depending if your wisdom or intelligence is high.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
do
thinking
with
survival.
survival.
Wait.
And can I give myself guidance too?
Let me give it to you, bud. Let me give it to you. I have it. Where it looks.
Wait,
What?
which
Have a better look than me, please.
which one are we using?
I don't. Depending on whichever one's your preference.
So I rolled survival, and with guidance, it's a 24.
Clawed. Looking at the clawed, you realize it's a small part of a much larger whole. Probably a claw that's about a foot or two long. This type of claw is built to break. To dig in deep and shatter inside of the victim. You don't remember any monsters in this area that should have that type of weapon or natural weapon. You can't think of one at least.
So I relay the information that the claw is meant to break off inside of enemies, and that whatever it came from, it doesn't come from the Harmrin.
Or Mayella.
Oh, or Mayella. That's even better.
Are we going to just stand here like sitting ducks and wait for this thing to attack us, or are we trying to run away?
You're light, Lirio. Come on, elf. Double tide.
So the five of you push onward into the forest more and more, leaving the man and his horse's corpse to rot underneath the sun, hoping that whatever this creature is does not follow you. You
Shoot,
get
I have an idea.
you
Alright,
get
so-
about a half mile away, and you feel you're gonna be okay. You don't see the creature. You don't. Whatever it is long gone or not bothering you.
Alright then.
All right.
So, do I have any idea if we're already close to the Elder Blossom? Like, is there any signs of it? I don't know, maybe buildings or something that indicates her hut?
Not this far out. It's all mostly untamed land through here. You're mostly walking on old deer trails. There is a sign that will tell you when you're at the halfway point, which was your marker for if you were coming from Faybury. So you're still probably, you guesstimate about half a day's journey from that, and then a day or two away from the Elder Blossom, depending on your pace.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What pace are you setting? It's about. It's only been about an hour and a half into the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You can go at a light speed and be fine, or you could go at a marched speed for about half a day before you will take your first level of exhaustion.
Ew.
I say it kind of like a march for half a day. Get
Hmm.
some double
Are we
time.
that far?
You're a decent ways away, yeah. We got about a day or two journey left. Maybe a little bit more than 2 days, depending on the pace you set.
You know
I
what?
think a March pace works.
Hmm.
The dense foliage makes it difficult to make any good time through here.
If we travel a little fast, that means we run the risk of being spotted, like, because our stuff will be gone, right?
I'm
Hello?
sorry?
If we go a bit faster, that means we run the risk of, do we have any stuff left at this point?
Like,
Did
what,
you...
what kind of stuff?
Oh? Can you hear me now?
No, we can hear you. I'm just not understanding your words.
Sorry. If we
Are you
travel
are you saying that if you travel faster, you will...
call more attention.
Yes, okay. That, yes, you would cause more attention to yourself.
Hmm. You know what? I have an idea. Lario looks at everyone and he closes his eyes for a bit. So, I can help us be a little more stealthy to get across the forest, but, here's the thing. We have, and then he points to the lady. If I make us, a bit harder to find, that means I would include her. And if I didn't include her, it would be essentially pointless because she would be a magnet for us. So, does this idea interest any of you? Because it could go faster.
I just know we need to make up for as much time as we can.
Alright then. So this should take only a while. And then Lirio snaps his fingers and rubs them together as a golden mist comes out of it and then drops on every single one of you, and I cast Pass Without a Trace. This is gonna last for 1 hour, but let's quick the pace. Come on, let's go.
Alright, so you force march through the forest, avoiding most of the obstacles, but sometimes you barrel over them just to make as much time as physically possible. You don't, as Pass Without a Trace fades, you don't think you're being followed at all by anything. You get another day or so get another few hours or so into the forest before you hear, "What you think we got here, Kern? Leave them be. Not important." You don't see where the voices come from, and by the time you get a chance to look, they're gone.
Just keep walking, don't look behind, just keep walking.
You make your way through the forest before eventually the day is behind you and you're at nighttime. Would you like to camp here? Or would you like to find a place to camp? Or push forward?
I say push forward.
Do it a bit.
You got about 5 hours before you come up your first level of exhaustion. Be aware of that.
Let's move a bit further, and then we camp.
Alright, so you push
Yeah,
on into the
we can move some
nighttime.
more.
Are you lighting the way at all?
Claude is absolutely tossing the light cantrip on Sophia.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'll work.
Our walking torch. Good.
Disappointed nod from him. Just a disappointed nod.
So, as the light appears on her, the five of you continue pushing through the forest, eventually coming to a place where the forest starts ending and opening up. There you find a picket sign on the side of it, On the right side, the side that you're coming from, it says, to the Harm Rim, to the left from here, head towards Fayberry, and straight ahead leads towards the Elder Blossom Witch. So you keep moving past the sign. The clearing starts fading away again, back into more dense foliage. However, this time, or now, it's turning more and more scarce. There are still these large trees that rise into the air, but less foliage, less random thorny bushes, less fern-like plants threatening to block your way, so you're able to pick up a little bit more time through here. You hear the sound of the roaring river in front of you, the Fenfoss River. You come to the edge of it. You notice that there are a few dozen mossy stones dotting the landscape, allowing you to pass if you so wish. Or would you like to camp on this side?
Look like it's gonna rain again.
You look into the
Do
sky.
we see any of the moonflow moss?
Make me a survive or an a blah, 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 blah. Best- And no,
Which
Lyria,
check?
it does not appear like it's going to rain anytime soon.
Yay!
Which kind of check?
Investigation. Because I know things.
Look to the floor and try to find the mossy moss.
21.
You step across the stones, and as night has progressed, you find a decent few clusters of this moonflow moss, glowing ever so slightly blue in the moonlight. In the daylight, you might have missed it. Just been normal moss, but at night, they really come alive. You can see some still flowing down from the Harm Rim Mountains, coming through a small channel underneath the mountains. Vex, you remember this channel as the one that you swam through to get here. So you have some familiarity with this landscape. And
Fun.
Claude, make me a nature check to gather this moonflow moss.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Ugh.
Roll the dicey dice.
13.
14. You get about half a pound of it. The water is running so fast that as soon as you put your hand down and loosen up a cluster, all the rest of it has come away, flowing down the river quickly. You gather what you can, and you stuff it into your satchel, which I assume you carry. I forget if you have a satchel or a backpack.
Satchel.
You stuff it in there into its own little pocket to not infect everything else with the wetness. You go back to where your friends are.
I know it's pretty and all, but why are we getting this thing again?
We were told it could be used to barter with the witch.
Ah. Okay then. Hopefully we'll meet her tomorrow.
I'm surprised you remembered that, honestly. It's been, what, a month since we last talked about that?
It's almost like
Give
I'm
it
the
up to the
lore
lore
keeper.
It's the Lore Keeper! Ladies and gentlemen, our resident Lore Keeper, behold.
Hello.
So, with the moonflow moss in hand, you can continue pushing on, or you can rest here. You got about an hour left before you feel like your march is going to start being more and more exhausting.
Let's take rest. What time of the day it is?
It is nighttime.
About
Oh, yeah.
midnight to 1 a.m.
Yeah, let's just call it a night. How about it? I can
Or
give...
that would be. Yeah, I guess it is still midnight to 1 a.m., even in people who use the wrong standard of time.
Ha. But yes, let's take a break and Claude, you should sleep. Go Bram back so I can take watch this night.
Alright. Before that, Vex is gonna go take a bath.
Yeah. Hi, sorry, I just stubbed the ever-loving fuck out of my heel.
Language.
Oh, God.
But also
YouTube can blow it up its butt.
Oof.
Or whatever streaming network this is currently reaching you on. If you're on Anchor FM, be sure to check out our blooper reel.
Always fun to watch that.
Well,
let us take a break.
okay, so Vex goes into the
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Finding a decent portion to rest off in, or rinse off in. Golgrim and Claude and Lyra could probably use the bath as well. Is anyone hunting tonight, by the way?
I'll try hunting since we moved higher up into the mountains.
You moved
Please.
lower and you're
Oh.
in the valley outside the mountains.
Oh, my bad. My bads.
You're in
Well,
the
I-
forest at the base of the mountain. You're in
Oh,
the
well-
foothills.
Well, I will try hunting then, please.
Okay.
Good luck.
Hunt-
Survival.
Yes.
Oh, I'm level 6 now, and I rolled an 18.
I'm sorry? You
I
are what
rolled-
now?
18.
I'm
thing when
just
I rolled
getting the teens.
18.
There we go. I don't know why internet hates us. So Golgrim, you don't know if it's due to the wider variety of fauna in the area, or if Vex is just a bad hunter, but it doesn't take you long to corner a small buck. Not the biggest of its kind, but decent. Definitely a couple days of meat for the 5 of you. Well, 4, and if you decide to feed Sophia.
Okay, so
First off, how dare you?
I just, skewered it with the javelin. This will be good for enough for all of us. And I will haul it back to camp and dress it.
Okay. Golgrim, as you set the deer down and you start skinning it, you now have about 50 pounds of deer meat, as well as a unharmed pelt and a pair of buck antlers.
Did this deer look familiar at all?
No, it didn't appear to be one of
Okay.
Harris's folk.
Claude, you okay? You look like you lost air for a moment. You okay? Oh.
Have we started a fire yet?
You have not said that you did.
Oh,
Hmm.
well,
Just start a fire here.
if someone
Uh,
could start it while I'm dressing the food.
Okay.
Oh, we got a nice suit. We got a
Oh.
nice little skirt to give it.
Also, I'm keeping the buck antlers for myself.
Claude.
Aww.
Moves with Lirio to go get firewood.
Yee.
I'm fine. And he shakes his head. I'm not used to being out at night.
Ah.
And the deer looked, for a moment, familiar.
Do you... I mean, personally, you don't look like a forest boy. So, why can't you?
she says to the lotus tiefling. Or tiefling.
Halfling. If only you knew.
But, yeah. Why are you so worried about the deer specifically?
The shrine I went to outside Fayberry was for Harris, the goddess of wild nature.
Oh. So there's a god for that too.
Mhm. There's a god for most things. Her followers, I suppose you would call them, were rather large deer, and they were kind. I thought for a moment that what Golgrim brought back was one of them, and it distressed me.
Lurio gives Claude a smile and pats his head. Well, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who's worried about animals. By the way, what did you think of me talking with the Tweety back there?
You're not the first Furbolg I've met. It wasn't surprising. It reminded me of home.
Well, if you can ever introduce me to one of those Furbolgs, I would love to. I would like to make some questions. But, how long have you been traveling? I may have done this question before, but I don't think I wrote that down. But yeah, how long have you been traveling on your own?
Claude looks at the ground, seeming to look for sticks. About 2 years.
Ah.
Not terribly long.
And you still fear a lot the night, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Any reason in particular? Maybe scary creatures, maybe the cold, maybe the dark, maybe the wind.
As you mentioned the dark, Claude had been bent over. He stands upright. Not that he's very tall. But he doesn't look at you. I just don't go out at night.
I mean...
That's all.
Excuse me! Hello there! You
Wait,
turn
what?
you turn to look at the person who made the noise, and you see a lone humanoid male with short, shaggy blonde hair, wearing a white button-up, all buttoned up, with a nice bow tie on his. He's wearing what looks like a set of slacks with matching set of black leather boots. On his hip, he has a sword, a long sword. In his hand, he's holding a lantern. He's had his hand up waving. Excuse me! I don't mean to scare you.
Then why are you shouting?
Just didn't want to surprise you.
I'll stand up with my, covered in the blood of the deer. Aye, who are you?
They call me Boone. Boone Callahan.
Well, that's a name. Just tell me, you're not a potion seller, are you?
No,
Well, that's a start.
I'm just making my way through the forest.
Are you from Fayberry?
No, I'm from Hawthorne. I was supposed to be finding a decent place to set up a house, but I ain't found one yet. I've found myself hopelessly lost.
Well,
Yeah, I want to roll an insight on him, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Can
if
I
I'm
too?
there, I wanna get a good whiff of him, see if he smells familiar.
Okay, insight. A 15.
He seems truthful.
Oh, okay. Well,
I roll one too.
You may.
go boy.
Not every guy that enters your camp at night's a murderer.
You're the one who always that trouble in us. That's your fault.
Well, since Goldgrim, I look at him. I think he's telling the truth. I'm like, oh, come on and share our campfire. We got some venison ready to cook.
You got venison? I
That's
got
like
whiskey.
you- what's whiskey?
Ask the cleric.
What? Why you keep turning me to the
Oh my
cleric?
god.
Because Claude can answer your questions better than I can. I don't think you need to hear my stories of things. You're too youthful.
What? I actually want to hear the stories. I've seen more gruesome things than you can imagine.
Well,
Yes, I would like to hear stories, but in any case, my friend, why don't you come with us? I can cook us something for the night. And tell me more about this whiskey.
That would be nice. Thank you. He walks over and sits down as the fire gets ready to go. Claude throws his sticks on, and Vex grabs whatever he had. And whoosh, the fire comes to life. Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten y'all, Boone says as he sets his lantern down and starts turning it off.
I mean, it's no issue. How long have you been in this forest, quote unquote, lost?
I don't know what the quotes were for, but let's see. I've been up here for a month. Not all of it lost, most of it searching.
How far are you gone up the mountains?
Oh no, not up the harm rim. Just trying to find a nice place at the foot of it that we can set up a house and maybe a little farm out here. Start trading with the neighboring villages.
Do you ply any trade?
Farming, mostly. I'm decent with a sword. Know a little bit of magic. I'm not gonna win any awards, but I ain't no slouch neither.
I look at him. Does he look like he was a mercenary at one time? Because just the way that all that sounds.
Make me an insight check.
Another insight check. I rolled that in the wrong one.
May I start cooking while we're talking?
Yeah. You using any particular
well,
spices?
Is it really cold this night?
It's decently cold. It's getting closer and closer to the end of summer. So it's decently warm, but there's a chill biting the air.
I'll try making something spicy and
I rolled a 7, so you know.
Oh.
You can't tell one way or another.
Gokun, you know we could do some jerky out of this deer meat too?
I look at it. I'm like, I don't think. Just cook as much of it up as you can, and we'll just try to make it last. Just cook it good. And if you have to, toughen it up a little bit.
All right, but sir, about that whiskey you were talking about, what is it?
Yeah.
Is it a tiny whisk? Why is the whiskey?
No, not at all. Whiskey is a refined man's drink. Something that, something that should be valued. It's not a cheap thing. Some may even call it the devil's brew, but I got a taste for it when I was young, and I guess I kept it.
Illyria just tilts his head and closes his eyes a bit offended. Why is everyone thinking I am a kid today?
Would you like to try some? I'll put some hair on your chest. He looks at you. More hair.
I already have hair in my chest, and my tail, and my ears, and pretty much everywhere. In places where I think there shouldn't be hair, but there is.
Would you like a drink of the whiskey?
Can I try to insight check to see if I get any more info of the drink just by the contest he gave me?
Sure.
There's something fishy about this. Okay, insight. Let me see. Found it. Let's see what we get. Well, that's an 18.
He doesn't appear to be lying. It's whiskey. You take a sniff of it. It burns your nostrils. It's hard stuff. Definitely higher proof
Oh,
alcohol.
Oh.
It's like beer, but better.
oh, you could have just said it's alcohol. I'm not a child. Oh, God. How is this thing so strong? I think it burned through the hair of my nose. Ow.
Well, usually you let it sit in a barrel for a while, but I was going on a trip and didn't have time to let it sit for 10 plus years.
Yeah, I think it has the smell because it got angry of waiting, but I think I'll pass, so continue cooking, but thanks. Ow.
Speaking of that, for allowing me so kindly into your camp, I got a gift for you. Mr. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Lady DeLuto. Pleasure to meet you.
Mr. DeLuto. He digs into his backpack and he pulls out a small satchel. Or I'm sorry, a small belt pouch.
Oh.
And hands it over to you. That thing may look empty, but my friend Heward has a few tricks up his sleeves. 10 times a day, while holding the pouch, you can reach in there, say the name of any non-magical food seasoning, salt, pepper, saffron, cilantro, whatever you want, and you'll pull out a pinch just enough for a single meal. You do that 10 times a day, and every dawn, well, you get a little bit more back.
You just see Lyra's eyes light up as he looks at it. He looks at the man, looks at it, looks at the man. Wow, I wasn't expecting to have something so specific, but still specifically cool. Thank you.
Well, I took it with me for my own camping, but I ended up just buying a whole lot of rations and didn't really need it.
So I'm sorry. I think you might notice that we're still a bit wary of having you here. To give you context, let's just say the last person we went into our camp, backstabbed us and essentially poisoned me to unconsciousness. So that wasn't
That
fun.
right? So isn't that right, elf? And I like,
Don't.
I imagine since I can't clean the deer in the camp, like I start just intentionally, like cleaned it beside her just to blood and stuff all over it just to make her uncomfortable.
She's sitting there, blood and fresh viscera on her. One of the legs that you've
Oh.
already taken the meat off of sitting on her lap.
Go, Grim.
Yeah. They've been very kind.
Kinder than you.
God.
She looks away.
And I look at Boone. His name is Boone.
Boone Callahan.
Boone. I'm like, Mr. Mr. Callahan. This one was a member of the Black Bottle Bandits. They drugged us, threw us in a pit that was filled with spiders and a flaming skull thing. I'm personally still not sure what that is. We got out, burned their hideout with all of them in it, and captured her.
Face palms.
You,
sir, are a very forthcoming man.
I look at him covered in blood and viscera. I like to be honest with those I intend to sleep beside.
Well,
Gobrin, can I?
You being an orc and all, bet you'd have fit right in with those gray wraiths.
And I laugh deeply, and I like open my jacket, and you can cause you can see the patch on it that's is this gray wraith. I'm one of the oldest members of it.
He chuckles a bit. You can't be serious.
Oh, he is. He is. You know that arm of his? He got because he fought with a harpy queen in a tough battle, and then he did swoosh and swash. And
I don't like to talk about
He lost his arm. Oh, I still want to read that story one day. It sounds so cool.
You're not serious, right? You're actually from the Grey Race.
Yes, he is.
Like I am the. I stop and like look at my fingers. I am the third oldest member in it. I third or fourth, and I'm from here. I'm from up the Harmrim Mountains, in one of the smaller valleys.
Well, boy, I got some bad info for
Oh.
you. Your mercenary guild? They're wanted by Hathor, the entire country, for reason of treason.
Wait, no, you're lying. Boron wouldn't. That damn dwarf ain't got a treasonous bone in his beard.
What does it mean? I know it's bad, but what?
He was accused, or your guild was accused, of helping in the assassination of the late prince.
Wait,
Wait, Prince?
the prince is dead?
Yep.
Ah,
Veronicus Marcello, the king, has sent out every able hand to search out the Grey Rays, as well as their Mayelan helpers.
Oh.
There's no way this could happen. And I just kind of absentmindedly just stand there. There's no way.
Well,
Boron, no.
one way or another, you should probably keep your origin intact. And it's no bother to me, but those lawmen start peeking about, you might want to keep your clam shut.
Thank.
How long has this been going on?
I look at him in the eye and I thank you. Thank you.
How long has this been going on? Since when was the prince dead?
Well, I got news of it yesterday. I had a sending stone to keep in contact with my party, but
Party?
well, yeah, a bunch of friends of mine. They're back towards Hathor in their own little camp. I was giving all the information I had back to them and them to me, but I took a bit of a tumble after a bit of a run-in with one of those goddamn elder trolls and lost it.
Well, guys, do you think we just saw what remained of? Do you guys think we just passed through one of them? One of those?
I'll toss Lirio the claw, like, so you could show it to Boone.
Yeah, this is very sharp. This, sir, we found it on the carcass of a very beautiful horse and a man. Here.
Boone takes one look at it. Yep. That's an Eldar troll. Not to be confused with Elder, E-L-D-E-R, but E-L-D-A-R. An Eldar troll is one of those morphed creatures caused by the blaze fall. Thing's entirely immune to fire.
How do you... I just frowned. How do you kill it then?
Acid. About the only thing that'll do it. And strong stuff too, at least grade 3.
Like,
I'm just gonna find that lying around.
You got some on you?
I kind of like gesture at us, like, just as to say, does it look like it?
Well, if you promise not to gut me in my sleep, I'll give you a bottle.
fair game? But,
We won't. We're not gonna gut you in your sleep.
Well, he reaches into his bag and pulls out a vial about just under a foot tall, a decent sized bottle, long and slender before coming down to a bulbous point. You want to grab this by the stopper and just fling it. You don't want to get anywhere near those things if you can help it. Those claws dig in you and you won't stop bleeding.
Sir, you said blazeful. So that means you also seen the rain of fire?
Not
I
myself, but it's spreading further north. I've heard the rumors.
So, the city down the mountain, we were there, and there was the blaze fall, and a fire serpent, a crazy dwarf with a weird hammer, and more imps attacking and burning everything down.
I haven't seen
Faber
anything
was
like
hit
that.
hard.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep.
Anybody there still alive?
Oh yeah,
Um,
we saved the town single-handedly almost, but
Um,
it's a right old mess.
27 deaths.
Well,
We're supposed to be seeing this Elder Blossom Witch up the mountain or down. We're headed to her now, I think.
I haven't heard of an Elder Blossom Witch, but
Hmm.
I haven't much wandered this far north in a while. I've been pretty far south.
South, you say?
Yeah, just before you get to the waste of Oldic. Now going down there again. Oh boy.
Why though?
Orcs. Lots and lots of pureblood orcs.
Hmm.
We're not all
Especially
like that. I
some
kinda
Droga's
say-
band is.
Oh.
Use shit for coins and rusted iron for weapons. Give all orcs a bad name.
Yeah.
Well,
As he's talking about the orcs, Claude's mouth just kind of turns into a snarl. His eyes get like really far away looking. He's right.
What?
Well, Boone, I have a question for you.
ask away, Mr.
You've done-
What was your name?
Golgrim Bloodtooth.
Mr. Bloodtooth. Ask away.
You've been awfully kind to us, and in return for that kindness, I'll offer you a full. You said how many pounds of meat do we have?
You have about 50 pounds.
I'll give you 20 pounds of this deer meat and a bit of information.
Sounds like a decent trade to me. I know it sounds strange, a man coming up in the middle of the night being nasty and all. But I find camping in groups safer than alone. And I figure a nice stranger coming to the camp is better than one holding a sword and a torch going, "Give me your shit!"
Fair enough. But what I wanted to tell you is these mountains are a hard place to live, even at the foothills. I advise you find a good plateau or something, or a good ledge to build your house on up here. And if you want to, you said you want to trade with the local villages.
Well, that and to set up a decent temple to the prairie god.
The what god?
The prairie. Surely you've heard of her.
I shake my head no.
Have I?
Give me a religion roll.
That would be... Whoops. That is...
You
Well,
have never
tragic.
heard. At this point, you're not even certain you've heard the word prairie.
That is tragic, and I hate that.
Oh
So
no.
sorry, bud.
The prairie god. She just. That's her name. She doesn't really have any other titles. Sometimes, I guess, the shepherd of the prairie, but mostly we just call her Prairie.
Mhm.
She gives us an alternate place to go when we die. Not to the warrior's heaven, or not to one of the hells. Not even one of the purgatories or nothing like that.
Mm.
But a long open prairie that we can live life out on. It ain't gonna be nothing spectacular, but I
Mm.
guess it's more believable because it ain't paved roads of gold and marble houses. She
True.
offers something believable.
I guess we could all use that sometime or another.
Goose, what is going on? May I do the performance check to see how I did with the deer?
You met? What are you making? A soup?
Stew.
Stew?
Yeet.
Well, I guess I just want to like summarize what I was going to tell him is if he wants to make a little bit more money with the local villages, head up as high as he can into the mountains and just hunt for the monsters up in there, and I also did if he wants to he could trade with some of the local orc tribes up there because they all hate harpies so much.
He goes, well, thank you very much. I don't think we'll stay too far around the river section. Too many of those. What are they called? Shark people with the fucking pokey sticks. Not a seafarer myself. But yeah, those assholes like to come up here sometimes.
The Sahuagin.
Sohagen, yeah. That sounds like a word. Yeah. Around this time, Lyria has finished a beautiful bowl or pot of stew.
23! All my good rolls goes to cooking.
All we roll good is food.
Yeah.
Fries and bars.
As it should be.
Don't worry,
Food
rolls have
empire.
been bad all over. I've been rolling to try and see if Sophia would escape, and I've not rolled higher than a 7.
That's great. I
Well
love
done.
this for us.
But
Keep
I
in
mean,
mind,
I
she's a rogue.
Your point, buddy.
This girl can't sneak for shit, apparently. She just quit her job.
But, he gives everyone a bowl, and he also looks at Sophie again. Do you want to eat again?
Well, it looks like you have more than enough company.
And?
And I'm not going to sit here and let you feed me soup. Cut me
Okay.
free of put an arm free or something, please.
To be honest, I didn't want to have you with us and be carrying you through all this trouble, but I am...
Then let me go.
No, not gonna happen.
Are we gonna keep carrying her until we go back to the city?
Lirio, there's no telling how many other people went into that pit and didn't make it out.
Your point?
We can't just let her go. Unless you want me to tie her to a tree and leave her here for whatever's prowling around to find her.
Why would
I
you
think
do
taking
that?
We will take her to the city and
exactly.
let her pay the penance for all of them.
Why? I understand getting her to the city, but why tie her to a tree so a creature can eat her? That's just unnecessary.
That's the alternative, Lirio. We're not going to free her so that she can return to whoever she might serve and send more after us.
There ain't any more. You burned our hideout to the ground. You think we just got hideouts all over this place?
We're not as dumb as to think all of you had been in that hideout when we burned it down.
Not all, but sure as the gods made little green apples, we've all been scattered to the wind by now.
Oh,
We
boy.
did let 2 of them go, if I remembered correctly. Pretty sure I didn't kill them.
What makes me so worse than them?
Nothing. You're just the one bound. So you will be the one we forfeit to the city.
I was only with them for a couple of months.
You
It
made
was
your
mostly
choices. You made
Attentive.
your
If
bed.
you could, okay,
Lie in
why?
it.
Why did you join them?
Money, mostly. Why did people join bandits at all? Our
The
home
thrill
was
of
burned
murder?
Cute. Coming from an orc. Places have
think
burned
any of
down
us-
a lot with the blaze fall. Some had nowhere else to turn. They offered decent money, food, and the Harmon hadn't been attacked by the blaze fall yet. Win-win-win.
So I'm gonna, if I was to untie you right now and send you running, what would you do?
Run. Keep
To
running.
where?
Furthest away from these mountains, I guess.
Hmm.
Probably towards Hawthorne. Sneak in.
Question. Is she still dirty from, well, what
Have you
Gogren did
washed
to
her?
in the near-
No.
No.
May
Then
I
yes.
May I cast prestidigitation on this poor woman and clean her up? May I, please?
As she's done answering, Claude snaps his fingers and starts a little fire in his palm. You're wrong. You wouldn't run. You would burn.
Claude,
I wouldn't
hold
pay
it.
penance by my hand or by the
Claude?
city's judge.
Claude?
She
Hey.
made her bed. She will lie in it.
And who is to say that, Lirio has me thinking. And I look down at her, at Sophia, and I draw my battle axe. And I'm like, I've never been one to believe in second chances, but when I think back on it, I have been given a couple. I got to leave the mountains and spend years as a mercenary exploring the world. When I got thrown off the mountain and I should have died, I didn't, and I got this arm. And then I got to meet all of you, and I believe I could come to call you my close friends. I do. And so I look, and now just stand here and I look down at you. Sophia, was it?
Yes.
And it makes me wonder. If you really, if what you would do with a second chance. And I turn to Claude. I think we should give her a test.
Like?
Like, I look at her. I'm like, if I cut you loose, and you take us to the Elder Blossom Witch, we'll let you go, and we'll even help you on your way. In return, if we ever, and I mean ever, run into you again, you owe us. Because we technically did save you from burning in that house. And we haven't killed you or really mistreated you yet.
One could argue that you saved me from the fire that you started, so it's like going to stab me, but you didn't. But
Well, you kidnapped us, so it's kind of what you get.
that was Herbert and his crew.
And what, you weren't a part of that?
You played your part.
I see you're not ones to talk. Well, as much as I wish I could take this deal of yours, I don't know an Elder Blossom Witch. The only thing I know is what you know. Keep walking down this road and you'll find her.
Guys.
I turn to Boone, and I kind of look at him, and I shrug, and I'll pull out a javelin along with my battle axe. And I'll toss it on the ground in front of her, the javelin, and I'll cut her ropes.
Okay. She starts flexing her wrists, allowing blood to flow back in.
While this is going on, I'm going to extend my hand and try to give her a bowl of the stew.
She'll take it.
You can run, probably to somewhere, take up another life of thievery, get killed and arrested eventually, because it'll happen to it always happens. Or you can take that javelin and try to make something of yourself. Make your way down the mountain to some town, maybe Faybury, and help them out. And in return, you get looked on much more favorably, and you're clearly a decent shot with a bow. So maybe toss that in and get you a bow or something. I don't know. But I'm tired of lugging you around. I'm tired of we having to feed you. So take that and leave and do what you will.
She bends over and picks up the javelin. Fine. Let's pray to, what was it, the prairie god? That we never meet again. Golgrim bled to. And
Sophia the Black Bottle Bandit.
She will start backing away and disappear into the forest.
Bye.
That's about 80 pounds gone. And I get my rope back. And we'll just start
Rope.
tying it.
Lario probably takes back the bowl that she left, and then he looks at everyone. You know, I'm surprised how you guys have, I don't know if I say nerve or confidence or whatever it is, to think that you can just be the judges of people's lives like that. I mean, you guys were just thinking about leaving her to die in the tree and literally tying her up, and you guys think you're still more righteous to choose upon her life since she's a bandit. So this is what you guys think a judge is, huh?
It's more like us versus her, and I'll choose us every time.
And why didn't you choose it before?
Well, you
could've
did.
just killed her.
Well, because I thought she could be useful. I don't know what you think, Lirio, but I am a practical man. I thought I could have a use for her until I didn't. And so I let her go. I fully expect her to try to sneak in here and murder me in my sleep. I fully expect that.
Well, I'm staying awake tonight and see what happens here and there, but in any case, Mr. Boone, sorry you had to see all of this. What's your plan for the morning?
Well, that was certainly dinner and a show, he says as he puts down his bowl. I guess I'll keep heading north. Head back towards Hawthorne down to God, where is it? Maber's Crossing, where our camp's set up. If you find your way down, or well, up there from here, find your way up there, give a holler. Tell them Boone sent you. They'll let you in.
Did Sophia finish her bowl of stew, or did she just like set it down and leave?
She took it with her.
Oh, I thought I took it from... Okay, never mind.
Yeah, she took the stew and the javelin with her.
Well, I think I hope she liked it. But,
Claude has left like half his bowl. And his lip kind of curls upward, like he's a bit disgusted with Golgrim. And he walks over to Boone, and is Boone sitting or?
Yeah, Boone's sitting. He's got his legs kind of crossed in front of him, not sitting cross-legged, but sitting on his butt with his legs stretched out in front of him. Bowl sitting next to him, long sword sitting on his lap, backpack sitting on his right.
He'll walk in front of Boone and look at the bowl, and then at Boone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Prairie. Where I'm from, she wasn't as well regarded as where you might come from. And there's no shrine or altar here, but maybe we can make something small and give her this little offering. Something to get my mind off of this.
Well, I hate to say it, but Prairie doesn't require offerings. Like
Doesn't
I
mean
said,
she
she's
doesn't want them. Doesn't mean they
Most-
aren't appreciated.
she is practical. She doesn't need to eat, but we do. So finish your soup. She'll be fine. Not all gods like offerings.
Claude's eyes fall back to the soup. And he just sets it down. I'm not hungry anymore. What it's worth, these forests are, maybe not all of them, but some of them at least are Harris's territory. Best not to build a shrine to Prairie here.
Well, this ain't a prairie, so reckon that's fine by me.
Well, wait a second. How do gods eat? Like, you leave the bowl there and then it just disappears? They come down? Like, how?
Listen here, kid, I have no idea.
I'm not a kid! Ugh,
Alright.
Are the stepping stones big enough that Claude could sit on one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Neat. He's gonna go sit, like, on one of them in the middle of the river, and just, like, look up at the moon and pray.
Mhm.
Not to anybody in particular, I suppose, but to anybody that would be listening.
Claude, you don't know if it's the wind or perhaps something you overheard from the camp, but you hear, it sounds like a feminine voice say, "It's okay. You needn't look so hard."
His brows furrow, even though his eyes are closed. And he whispers, "What do you mean?"
No response. You start thinking it might have been a trick of the wind or maybe just something you wanted to hear.
This is going. Oh, sorry.
I'll keep looking. I don't know what else to do.
May I?
Yeah, what would you like to do, Lirio?
Lyra's gonna fetch up the plates and bowls and stuff, and while he's doing that, he would like to cast message on our new friend Boom. And not taking his eyes off the dishes and cleaning up, he takes a deep breath. Well, you traveled a bit, but I would like to know. Do you know about any sightings of disease lately? You can just
Boone doesn't
think and I'll
seem
listen.
Boone doesn't seem disturbed that you're casting message. He's definitely familiar with this magic. He says, "Yeah, it's becoming rather rampant."
Valerio stops for a moment when he goes grab another bowl, but he just grabs it anyway and continues moving on. Where
There
have you
was
last seen it?
There was a cleric last seen just outside Hawthorne, giving aid to the sick, and whatever this plague is. Doesn't even
How
have a
did it-
name yet.
How did the cleric look like?
I don't know. I didn't get much more than he's a cleric, but There are some that say he's a centaur. That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Centaurs don't like it this far west. Other Fey lands or the Elven lands.
I see.
Some think they're monsters.
Has him been successful in curing the sick? Or is he just trying and not working?
I don't know. Like I said, I lost contact with my friends a day or so ago, and only heard about it the day before. I'm sorry.
It's alright. How long to get to this place? You said you last saw it.
It'd be a month. Easy.
Hmm.
Hathor's a good way away. If you can find a boat, make it up there pretty quick. Maybe a
I see.
carriage. But
I
on
see.
foot, it'll take a while.
Hmm.
Boone pulls out a
okay.
cigar and lights up a tinder match. Starts puffing on it.
I suppose you're not very attentive to Flora, are you?
Not very. My son, Jacob. He's an alchemist, but I've never took to it myself.
Fair enough. Thank you so much for this information. It was truly helpful, so thank you.
Do what I can.
And he finishes taking the plates off, and then he looks at Boone and gives him a smile and starts packing things.
Boone takes another puff of his cigar. Nothing like cherry tobacco to pass the night, huh? Anyone want some of this whiskey before I go to bed?
I'll take some.
Pass it over to Vex.
No, I'll take a drink.
Just swig.
Yeah, just a good nice swig.
This isn't the best whiskey you've ever had, but it's not horrible. Decent mid-tier.
He'll just like give a good nod and then hand it back. Thank you. This is really good.
Well,
Probably
glad
what
you
we
like
needed
it.
for a
It's,
bit.
our own recipe. Well, if it's all the same to you, I'm gonna head to bed for the night. Y'all take care.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want me to fetch Claude? You all should already start going to sleep. I'll take most of the watches tonight. I have stuff to think about.
So, who's taking first watch?
Me.
Lirio. Who's taking
Me.
second watch?
I'll take second watch. Because I don't sleep much anyways.
Great. Tipsy Vex taking second watch. Perfect.
A little bit of whiskey ain't gonna make Vex tipsy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. He's got a good
Unless he
constitution.
chugged about four of those slugs, maybe he'll be tipsy. Claude, on the other hand, would be a little bitch.
Hey, I'm really tall. I wonder how would that go with me? Take a little
So,
cup.
Lirio, you take first watch. Give me that
Yeah, I
perception
do.
check.
Okay. Perception. Da-da-da. That's a 12.
You keep an eye out, the fire flickering off the forest. You notice a distinct lack of animals in the forest. No bird song, no crickets, not even fish. Nothing. Boone snoring loudly as he rolls over. Still laying on his backpack, using that as a pillow. Notice he keeps a tight grip on his sword. Definitely some sort of experienced soldier.
Mhm.
Or someone who doesn't know how to let go of a sword. One of the two. You keep
Why
a
not
watch
both?
him. And you hear... Easy pickings. Hey. Knock out the furbog. No. Leave them be. We'll watch them for a time longer. Before you can get up and move, you see a pair of figures running off into the forest.
Hmm. Good night to you two as well.
As night passes, Vex, it is
Yep.
your watch.
Yes, it is.
Make me that perception check.
Yep. Would it be fine to say that I've been using my sense of hearing and smell a little more? Or
Yeah,
that
I would
the
imagine.
advantage?
Yeah, Lyra's definitely telling you that something is going wrong. I don't hear birds, I don't hear
Yeah.
fish, nothing.
It's
But I did
definitely
hear
on higher
voices.
alert. Yeah. I'll see if I can keep an ear to the ground for that.
Be careful, they seem to just want to watch us for a moment, and if they haven't attacked yet, there's something else going on.
We'll see.
Oh, no!
my god!
Well, double it's rare. It's not a 20, but it's double. Poor Vex.
Well,
Can we put the
That-
dice slot in like dice gel?
I don't think so.
Well,
I
shit.
fail. Bad.
Just a second.
Just sleep. Take that good nap 2 days straight, having decent sleep.
All right, and since Golgrim needs to go, we're going to go ahead and end this session here.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of Fantasy Driven. I hope you enjoyed our tame talk through the forest and a new friend in the form of Boone Callahan. I hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, night, whatever you're having. And we'll see you next time. Stay fantasy driven, everybody. Bye.
fantasy driven.
Bye bye.
Uh,